everyone and welcome to another video. I'm Marta, aka Obscure Beauty, and I know I've been away and truly apologize. In the meantime, oh my god, I can't believe we're now 500. I am so glad you're sharing your time with me, so I want to thank you all with a small tutorial on how to magically change your line art color to whatever color you need with zero effort. So let's go! This is a painting of my character Nala. She is one of my D&D characters, and basically this was meant to be for a Met Gala challenge on one of the Discord groups I'm in. The theme was, hopefully you can tell, Nightmare Before Christmas, and I like the movie and I've watched it before, probably just once, so my knowledge is not great. Nala is an Eladrin warlock, so I thought she'd really fit the role of a witch. She also raises the undead and is fairly evil, even though she's chaotic neutral. I've almost finished the sketch here, and as you can see it is a fairly simple and messy one, and I'm gonna start with the topic of today, the line art. Sometimes I can line art from a very messy sketch, and sometimes I need more guidance. It's a lot up to you and how you work. I didn't want to overcomplicate this piece, so I went with a simple design. I gave her a smile hat because that's fashionable, right? And went with what I hope was a Victorian style dress because she's a witch, and if she's in Halloween Town, that means she's dead. Oh my god, no, Nala, no! I also gave her a mask like the one the small witch in Halloween Town has, and a broom because, yeah, she's a witch. As you can see, I used different line sizes depending on which part I was line arting. And to do this method, if you want black eyelashes, please make sure you do them in a completely different layer. It's really important. Also, as a completely random suggestion, I recently purchased Clip Studio Pro because despite loving Procreate to draw, Clip Studio is simply unbeatable when it takes to laying the flats down. So basically I do most of the drawing on Procreate, and once the line art is done, I export the drawing to Clip Studio Pro and quickly fill in with random colors. Then I export it again to Procreate and continue to paint. It's also very important for you to make sure to color under the line work. It's vital for this method to work. Ooh, big screen. Okay, welcome to my Procreate. Let's dive in these paintings layers, shall we? As you can see, I have 2 layers with the line art and 1 with the eyes. I'm just gonna erase the purple line art layer so you can see the method. Basically, you have to duplicate the line art layer and color the one below in a light purple, and then you reduce the opacity to 40%. I do this by using a clipping layer on top and just dropping the color, but feel free to color your line art using whichever method you prefer. And then you set the top black layer on overlay and, well, that's it. Everything you paint underneath will shade the line art in a darker version of the color you used to paint. It's quite neat, right? So now you know it, the big secret. I'll just paint a few examples so that you can see I'm not actually joking, and it definitely works with whichever paint and color you use. The only reason I have a separate layer for the eyes is because the eyes are usually lighter and I want to keep the black of the eyelashes. Now that you know, do me a favor and at least give me a like on this video so that more artists can learn this trick. And now, back. Don't forget to make use of the pause button and rewatch again in case you didn't get it the first time. I do it a lot. So I've started to change the colors that I laid with Clip Studio Pro in order to match the colors of my character. I actually forgot at this point that she's an Eladrin elf, and I could have used this moment to make her in any other color. But hey, blues and yellows go fine and dandy together, so I just left it like that. Next, I created a hard light layer with a bluish purple color to create my shadows. I create a mask on that layer so that I can play with erasing the bits I want without actually needing to use colors other than black and white. If you want to know more about this method, I'm more than happy to make another video about it. After the normal lights, I add an add layer so I can do the highlights, mostly some rim light as she is being backlit by the moon, and some subsurface scattering light on the hair as it's made of strands and thin, so light would definitely pass through. If you need ideas for what to highlight or lighten on the picture, just use some 3D models or just do several tries and see which version you like the most. I always add an extra multiply layer just to darken some parts and give sort of an egg effect, so darkening the bottom of the image so that the focus part, her face, is more attractive to the viewer's eyes. Lastly, I just start adding some textures to the moon and the background. I didn't know what I was going for and I didn't want to copy the look of the real Nightmare Before Christmas posters, so I added some stars and the bats because I thought they were cool. And lastly, I added some magic because it's magic! And finished with my normal value checks, curves and color balance, and a final passage with noise because I just love that look. And that's it, we're done! I hope you liked it and I hope I managed to teach you something new, and if you've completed your own painting, don't forget to check my tutorial on how to make awesome quality prints you can sell on your store. And if you like this video, please give it a like and maybe subscribe for more videos like this. I'll share all my social links on the description below in case you want to hang out, where I post my final pictures, and also links for my Patreon and Ko-Fi in case you want to be a part of my awesome Carnival Circus community. I make exclusive art and merchandise for my patrons, and a special thank you for your awesome support. See you next week. Bye bye!